Wednesday morning in the bar. We try and stick to this when we can. And yeah, we're just here to answer any questions you might have around coffee, roasting, espresso machines, whatever you like. Come on down, you won't be seen. We'll see your shoes, but that's about it. You know, not everyone loves to be on camera. Let's be honest. So we've got to respect everyone in that space. Anyway, if you didn't know, I'm Luke, by the way. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. We're just going to be hanging in the bar for the next hour or so, making coffees. Happy to answer any questions. I will have to jump in and make a few coffees as we go, but right now there's no one here, which is great. So, good little intro. Alyssa's going to hide in the background behind there. There you go. It's, you know, it's one of those things. Not everyone's, you know, ready for camera work, but that's fine. Just be yourself. That's what it's about.
No one has like a face for camera like you, Luke.
Mate, I got a face for radio. Yeah, but anyway, we're here. Thank you very much for joining us. Hey, I do want to give a little shout out. I don't know if Timmy Lewis is around. Timmy has been a long time watcher. We're here, normally he's on the couch sitting around and finishing work at this kind of time. And he gives out a bit of coffee to people that come in, and we really appreciate it, Tim. A few little private messages going backwards and forwards. And yeah, it's been fun to see yourself and your wife. I can't think of your wife's name right now. Can you remember? Kerry, I think it was. Anyway, lovely to meet you guys. Shoot a little couple of private messages, a bit of fun. Yeah, we can pick on your accent. You pick on mine, so I'm going to pick on yours. Love a good, you know, rustic kind of American accent. It's a bit of fun. Anyway, mate, thanks very much for sharing. We still are working on trying to get you that coffee. Apologies, we've got some issues with FedEx actually. FedEx was not connecting with our system. I believe it was going to cost us it was $180 to send you a bag of coffee. Then it went to $360 to send a bag, and now it's down to about $75. So there is some working that we got to do in that space. So yeah.
And it's something we want to do because we want to ship coffee to the US.
We do want to ship coffee to the US. And look, we know that's a big conversation for everybody, and we want to share, not just US, UK, wherever it might be. One step that we have been able to do, we've just employed a gentleman by the name of Jay. He's a web designer, so he's in-house now, which is great. So he's got a few projects to work on first, but one of those is definitely to roll out an overseas shipping model. So stay with us. We know it's there. Domenico from Scotland, g'day. How you going, mate? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you hanging in with us. So, what have we got? Flat white on almond milk.
Any tips for the punters pouring almond milk or
yeah, we can do.
Almond milk?
Just showing some shorthand. Like, it's funny, you know, we all have the same language here. Keeping the same language behind a bar is crucial. But yeah, just an F is good. ALMD, almond is normally what I do, but ALM, I get that. And PH, it's a phone order. So there you go. Tips on almond milk. Shake, shake, shake. Shake it, shake it, shake. Shake your bottle. If you don't shake it, you'll get these little bits on the top of an almond milk. And they come out and they look a bit funky. So people think that's a bit of an issue, but look, it's not really milk, it's water and additives. And if you don't shake them together, it won't froth well, it won't blend well, and it can react with your coffee. So higher acidity coffees will definitely react worse. So it says it everywhere. Look, shake well, and you got to. Don't worry about any of the little bubbles that might be on that milk to start. They'll just spin back through, so there's no issues there. A little bit of a lower temperature if you can. If you've got to froth and treat it well. Get a good hiss happening. Get the right amount of foam that you need. Try not to overheat it. Keep it below 75 if you can. And keep it spinning. The vortex is the key. Getting it all spinning around nicely. If you have a little issue with any of the alternative milks, there's a couple of different hacks you can do. If you actually pour a little bit of the cold product into here first, before you try and pour your patterns, that can help and give it a little swirl. Oh, milk fireworks there. I love a good milk firework. Goes everywhere, you get it in your eye. But there you go. Silky, nice. Swirl your espresso, swirl your milk, get in there. Get that, try and blend through the crema at the start, and then you know whether you're getting a reaction or not, and then if you don't, well, you can then pour away your little patterns. There you go. We do pour patterns on our takeaways. A lot of people say, oh, you're just putting a lid on. The key part to that is the stretching that we're making with any milk, dairy or non-dairy, that's the sweetness and it's coming out. So when you're drinking on a pattern, you're getting a little bit of that coffee acidity, then you're getting the sweetness layer between that caramel colour and the white colour. So as you sip, you get all those beautiful flavours, and it's definitely the best way to go. Hello, an almond flat white?
It is mine.
Beautiful, awesome.
Freebie.
Freebie, free Wednesday. How good is that?
Thanks.
Thank you.
See ya.
Have a good day. Always good giving away free coffee to people. If you don't have some sort of reward system in your business, get one. You know, we do every 8th coffee free. We don't limit that to anything. You know, if they have a big, large one, well, they've paid for 7 and give them the 8th one free. And we do it on a card. I do love the cards. That's what our card looks like. There you go. We just put our initials through here and you get one. We don't hole punch because the card becomes deteriorated, and then when it's in a wallet it falls apart, then they might not have your phone number or something like that. So by writing or stamping on them is definitely the way to go. Yeah. If you've got any questions, put them in down the bottom here. Happy to answer those ones. Which country do we live? We live in Australia. We live in the lucky country, Australia. How good was the Olympics? Our best effort ever. 16 gold medals, I think, was it? Something like that, and lots of other medals. Anyway, well done Aussies, well done everyone. Look, to be honest, there's so much fun there. Is coffee making going to make it into the Olympics? Well, I don't know, who knows, maybe not. It's not really a sport. But anyway, there's a bit of fun there. Hey, we got onto the shooter post. Ryan did really well there, love that. That was a bit of fun. If you didn't see it, go back and have a look at the post of that Turkish shooter, how he just turns up and gets a silver medal. Well, Ryan resembles him pretty good in a post there on social, so go check that one out.
We've got Jose says, hang on.
G'day
Jose
from
says,
Poland.
Hola from the Villages, Florida, USA. What size filter baskets are you using?
Oh yeah, in here we use the, oh gee, that's got a little bit of extra grind in there still. We use our, well look, to be honest, it's actually a bit of a debate what these are actually called. They can be called a 21 gram, they can be called a 22, or a 24 or 26, but they're the really big, deep ones. We can fit about 26 grams if we really wanted to jam it in there, but ideally we put 22.5 in those ones. You can only get them into the handles that are perfectly straight, so it's the big one. So if you've got the standard Italian baskets with a slight curved 18 gram, it won't fit. So you've got to get the bigger baskets or a naked portafilter handle, and then you can use the recipes that we use. So if you just joined us, hey, pop a question down below. Looking forward to answering that. Just here hanging out for a little bit, making a few coffees. Had a few rushes this morning, but right now it's pretty quiet. G'day, how are you?
Got a question there for you, Luke. My coffee with my Sage machine, so it's a Breville.
Breville, yep.
Is always watery. What do you have any tips?
The espresso or the...
I don't know if they're talking about the puck or the
puck or the
espresso.
puck, yeah.
Tell us if it's the if you got a watery puck or watery espresso.
Not to worry. Sorry guys, we're live on YouTube. You're not live. Just to break the ice there a little bit. So I'll be with you in just 1 second. Okay, what can we get for you today?
I'll have a latte.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll do a large latte.
Yep. You can have those here or take away.
I'm going to have them here.
Beautiful. Yeah, for sure. So a mug of latte and just a normal latte, or
Yeah, just
yep,
a normal one for me, thanks.
yep,
And
brilliant.
champion.
Yep,
So,
sure.
Well,
What are you thinking?
we haven't tried any of your other blends, so
Okay.
we're kind of a little bit interested in branching out. a
Sure.
little bit.
Dare
So
to be
we've been
different.
on-
Dare to try. It's
Yeah,
okay.
we've been on Champion for a few months now.
Yep.
We like it.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with it. So just what?
Where do you go from here?
Yeah.
All right. So Champion's our blend that we do for our cafe partners. That's our main one. It's really good as black. It's good as milk as well. It's got a good body, and if you're aging it to the right age, it'll be nice and caramelly and smooth. But as a black, there's still going to be some sweetness and juiciness in that, and a little bit of floral. As you go higher up into the fix, you're going to get, it's a little bit more roasted dark, but it's not Italian roast, not oily and wet and yucky. So there's going to give it more like a dark bittersweet chocolate coming through. and a bit of star anise. So that's kind of where you're hitting that flavour, a bit more boldness. If you come back into delicate, you're going to an organic product, and that's a lighter roast. So you're getting more florals and juiciness coming in. But in milk, it'll be a more mild taste. There we go, divider. Yep, for sure. Have it. Do you want to have a coffee and then we can look at the beans? All right, grab a seat and we'll get all that sorted for you. Not a worry. You can sit where you like. We'll bring them out in just a sec. Yep. All right, so it's a mugga latte and a mugga latte and just a normal latte.
I had a question from, is it Toss? He said, hi, what's the best temperature for water for a pour over?
Each individual roast should have its own water recipe. The lighter the roast, the higher the temperature. So if you're looking at a light roast single origin coffee, you'd be wanting to be somewhere between 94 to 96 degrees. If you've got a darker roast, because there's less cell structure, because it's darker roasted, it can have a lower temperature. So that's about the best I can do. Look on, ask the person who roasts the coffee what they recommend. That's definitely the way to go. No pressure, making coffee, being live. This is what it's all about though. Just you know, they look good, but they're the worst balancing stool ever. Yeah, I see little kids climb on and I'm like, no, they're gonna fall. Yeah. All right, we're gonna get busy time here. Someone did ask what coffee I have. I saw that earlier. I have a black coffee, long black or batchies. Black coffee is the way to go, for sure. What else you got?
What is the ratio of espresso and water?
Well, it's straight in our extraction list. So if you look at any of our YouTube videos, we talk about extractions and recipes a lot. And you would go to a 1-to-1 for a ristretto. Sorry, I have to. I can't talk and pour. I struggle on that one. Or 2-to-1 for a double shot, essentially, or a normal. Give me a sec, sorry. Wow, feeling the nerves there today. One moment.
We haven't paid yet.
That's okay. Oh, you're sitting down. Relax, enjoy. I'm a fast runner, I can chase you down the street. That's all right. We do have a sample pack as well, if that helps you. It's 250 grams of each roast and a single origin, so you can go on a bit of a journey if that helps. Or you can have any coffee that we have up there. So if you say, hey, I want to try the blend, we can make it for you anytime you come in. So, yeah. All right, relax, enjoy. Okay. Did you talk to them? You're nervous. That's okay. I get nervous pouring in front of quite a few people.
So back to that sage question.
Yes, sage.
So most of the time, a watery flat white or cappuccino milk is always good. It's the sage.
Cheers, mate. Most of the time, it's what? Sorry.
Oh, he said sage barista machine. Anyway, so.
Yep.
Must be a watery.
If it's a watery extraction, your grind is just way too coarse. So you've got to go finer on the grind. So if you're buying a pre-ground product, you have to have the pressurized basket, which is a coffee basket that only has one hole under the bottom side. It looks like a normal one, but underneath it only has one hole. So that will help it a little bit. Otherwise, if you've got the ability to adjust your grind, you just have to go finer. That's the number one thing. This is dining in for this lady, is it? Yeah, brilliant.
What roast level is your go-to for most of your drinks in our espresso bar? Blend or single origin?
Blend. It is blend, definitely. Here we go. No worries. Would you like some water?
Oh, yeah, that'd be great, actually.
Sure. Okay, enjoy. Yeah, so blend. Anything with milk, we would always look to have a blend. Something that's got a bit of sweetness, a bit of body. It's balanced out to make sure that it tastes like great coffee in the end. Anything black is always going to be a single origin. So, although our Champion blend works really well as a black or a milk, so we made sure we got some sweetness in there and some a little bit of star anise and beautiful juiciness that comes through in that as a black coffee. But when you add it with milk, it becomes it's a chocolate paddle pop actually. That's really what is good about it. And don't be afraid to age your coffee. People always go for fresh, but fresh isn't always best. It's probably a message we need to talk about a lot more. Yeah.
Tosser had the question about the water temperature for pour overs.
Yes.
Said, thanks, I didn't realise roasters had specific temps for their coffee, and love your videos, found them when I wanted to open a coffee shop here in Chicago.
Oh, awesome. So if you've got any questions, jump on our website. That should be on our website as well, isn't it, with the single of the month?
I think so.
Yeah.
They should have that on the bottom. Yeah.
So every month when we do a single origin coffee, we have a bit of a card with a bit of info, but on the back there are recipes. Okay, so you'll see water temperature, doses, things like that. So the different degree of roast will be there for those ones. That will help you out. As a guide, if you can't find it anywhere else, it's definitely on our website. Delicate, almond, flat white. Almond milk. Does anyone like almond milk?
Domenico said, if we can have Olympic break dancing, we can have latte art pouring.
Yeah. Mate, I reckon we could have busted a few moves. Maybe we throw down the barista mat on the ground and give it a bit of a go. What do you reckon? Isn't that a meme? She's everywhere.
Funny.
Anyway.
How do you guys determine how long to pre-infuse a light roast?
Yeah, good question. Pre-infuse on espresso, I'm going to answer that one. It's enough to be able to expand that coffee puck. So pretty much, you can go 2 seconds on water, 2 seconds off. That's what we would look to do in an espresso extraction because it is denser from a lighter roast, and we want to, basically get some flavour coming out of there if we can. We go 1 second on, 1 second off for our blends. Which would allow us to just expand the puck and get rid of any puck defects. My pouring is going out the window while I talk and pour.
It's off on a big angle, that one, Luke. What's going on, mate? Hey, you had to practice.
There you go. Look, they're not too bad. They're servable.
Did you want me to pour them for you?
Well, there you go.
Do you want the camera guy to pour them?
No pressure at all. Are these going upstairs? At the back.
Upstairs.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Maybe I should be a professional barista and compete on the world stage. What do you reckon? And see if I can get the nerves even worse.
So what's Bobby Stew said, how can I make latte art on a weak coffee machine? He said, can you give me some tips on how to make good latte on a bad machine?
Yeah. Toothpicks into the holes. So reduce to as many holes that come out of here for the steamer for sure. So you'll get a much more smaller hiss, but longer, and you'll be able to control that foam far better. And then from an espresso side of things, you need to be able to control your extraction. So a bean first rather than a pre-ground product, so you can actually get the right crema that you want to come through by reducing or increasing your grind particle size. That's going to be the first steps. If you've got a pre-ground product, jam as much as you can in, push as hard as you can to try and get some crema there. But then when you buy your product, maybe go to a roaster and ask for a pre-ground product that is allowing you to change the grind and get to know them. So our espresso grind setting is number 3, and then people come in and say, okay, can I get a 3.1 or a 3.2 because I want to be a little bit coarser than what we did last time. So they're definitely ways that you can do it. There you go. Just a quick shout out, hey, if you just joined us, welcome. We're just live here talking coffee in the Artisti Espresso bar in the beautiful coast of Australia. Yeah, if you've got a question, pop it down below, happy to answer it. Hey, if you're not aware, if you are in Australia, September is the month where we're doing Roaster in Residence, which is a program with Lamarzocco, where from the home side of their industry or home side of their business, they give away coffee for the whole month from a roaster. So if you bought a Lamarzocco Mini, a Micra, or a Pico, you can get up to a year's worth of free coffee from Artisti. So we're stoked about that, but we've got a couple of events we're holding in Sydney and Melbourne. So the 2nd, 3rd and 4th, we're going to be in Melbourne, which is the same time as Fine Food Expo. So if you're around, come and check us out. Our coffee will be on the commercial Lamarzocco stand at Fine Foods. We'll be there for the Wednesday, the 2nd, 4th. The Monday, Tuesdays, we're going to be doing private coaching sessions or barista courses, which is great. So a couple of those are already booked out fully. So if you want to jump on and grab one of those. The Wednesday night, we're going to just mix it up a little bit. From 5 till 8, we're going to have a big party at the Lamarzocco showroom there in Melbourne and in Sydney. This is all happening in the 2nd week in Sydney, the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday again. Where you can come and spend some time with us, hang out. We'll take you, you'll get time to play on Lamarzocco equipment, play with our recipes. We're going to give you some coffee. Jimmy's just, if you didn't see it, check out on our socials, a cool shirt. It's a co-branded Lamarzocco shirt, and Jimmy did all the pencil designs of the Micra and the Pico, which is sweet. So you'll get one of those, you'll get our Lamarzocco. It's a much more expanded training manual than what we have online. $25 a ticket to come to that.
25 for the party, yeah?
Yeah, $25 for the party, and we're serving espresso martinis. We're bringing down the crew from Critters Distillery here, who are amazing distillers. They did some awesome vodka. I think they won Best Australian Vodka one year and got 2nd the other 2 years. And so they're using our coffee in their coffee liqueur. So they'll come down and pump out a heap of espresso martinis. So cheap. Like for one espresso martini, you're going to get a shirt, manual, coffee, and hang out and play. So book a ticket, come and see us. Looking forward to that. It's going to be really cool. So yeah, definitely a Lamarzocco month for us. The video we put up last week, we're just doing some content for people who've bought the machine, how to open it, how to start your coffee. The Pico grinder was up last week, so check that one out if you're looking at any of that gear.
Got a question there from Victor Hugo. What do you prefer for coffee shop, Malkonig or Mazza espresso grinders?
Yeah, good question. Malkonig's definitely a big one. Thanks very much.
Thank you. See ya.
Cheers, have a great day. It's a big grinding manufacturer for sure. We toured through there if you want to see where they're made on our YouTube channel. Went through the Hemro factory. They're very good at what they do in terms of flat burr technology, and they've definitely got the grind by sync technology, which is really cool, which links to the coffee machine and actually adjusts the grind based on the recipe you put in. So that is really cool, and the grind by weight technology is awesome. I wouldn't technically, I'm probably going to get shot here, I wouldn't compare them to a Mazza. The main reason is you've got a conical burr grinder and a flat burr grinder technically. When you start to look at most of the range of Mazza products, they do have some flat burr products, but they're probably pushing more in the conical side. So that's a bit of a debate. If you start running model for model, price for price, it's a comparative flat burr versus conical. So really the discussion is do you like a conical burr taste or a flat burr taste? Conical generally is a bit more muddy and more body rather than acidity and cleanliness, where flat burr gives you that cleanliness but not as much body. So do I like either one? Well, we run with flat burr grinders from Timmy Lewis. Look at you, champ. I'll come back to you. We run with Anthem grinders, which is coming out of the same factory as Malkonig. The big flat burrs, we do like that for the cleanliness and the crispness that we can get out of those titanium coated burrs. So that's what I like about them. The grind by weight is still up in the air a bit in the commercial space. They say once you get over about 20 kilos a week, they're not going to be as accurate. They're going to have issues. The cleaning, the maintenance, things like that's a bit of a challenge. So what do we prefer at the moment? We use Mazza in our 2nd tier brand, which is called Black White Espresso. And that's a development brand. It's not less a quality product, just people that might not have the volumes and don't want to spend a heap on a big coffee machine. And we pair that around temperature and dose and recipe because we know that the body that people are looking for in an average style takeaway food shop, bakery, whatever it might be, they just want a nice, strong flavoured coffee. So we find the burrs in the conies and the rovers, things like that, match really well in that market. So we do use Mazzas in there. We don't generally put Mazzas with Artisti product. Hopefully that answers your question.
Except for our singles.
Except for our singles, yes, correct. Yeah, sorry, we do have this big beast, which is a big flat burr. That's the ZM1. It digitally changes a big set of flat burrs to single dose. So that's really cool. Yes, we are live, sir. If you don't want to be on TV, but no, we're on YouTube, mate. It's all right. Yeah. What are you? Cappuccino for Mark. Can do. Well, she hasn't finished the till here. Give us a secchi, Mark. Oh, nail.
On there.
Oh yeah, just bend it back. Oh, there's the little white patches on your nail. Oh, I had it. I've already done that one. That's you. How did you go with your thoughts on beans? What were you?
Oh, well, because I don't like my coffee stronger and he doesn't like his weaker, so we kind of figured we'll just stay where we are.
Sure. The way to also change your recipe is increase or decrease the amount of coffee that you put in your group handle. So if you want a more milder coffee, you could have a different size basket, and then if you want it stronger, you have a bigger basket, and that will help. That'll change the coffee profile a lot. So that's something to consider. Kilo? Yep. Brilliant. Have you seen our subscription product?
No.
Okay. I'll give you a card because these days we all want to save some money if we can. You jump on our website and you can have this delivered for free anywhere in Australia, and you'll save 10%.
Oh.
All right,
Well,
so
here, then.
on your next bag. So basically jump on and you just go through the shopping cart, pick your product, pick the frequency that you want it delivered, or you can pick it up if you want as well. It's really up to you, but if you're going on holidays, you can just push the date out, so there's no real contracts or anything like that. Yeah, enjoy the savings and
Yeah, nice.
best way to use our product.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Amazing.
You from around the area then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
At the moment.
Oh, that sounds like there's a move on the go, is there?
We're new to the area.
Yeah?
Sorry?
We're looking to.
There we go.
Up to 95, down to 50.
Do you like the south side of town or you like the north? Yeah.
Love Marston,
Yep.
but
The price. Yep.
yeah, $1 million for a one-bedroom place.
Yeah, that's up there for sure, isn't it? Yep.
Anyway, something on.
Well, welcome to the area.
Thank you.
And if you want to learn any more about coffee, we have a big YouTube channel and a lot of social content there. And
We're just looking at it then.
yeah,
We're just watching now.
watch us out there. Yeah, or if you've got a home machine, servicing, maintenance, we do all of that as well for all different brands as well, yeah.
For all kinds of machines or only?
We've got Breville's and all the Italian stuff. There are some
Where's the
little,
Breville?
yeah, we're a warranty service agent for Breville. There are some machines that we don't like to deal with, but yeah, no, we can definitely help you in that space for sure.
Yeah, we're moving towards a new machine. We've got a Breville, but it's got a bit of age about it.
Sure.
Anyway, fantastic.
Yeah, you can touch and play and feel any machine here if you want to learn. We have reviews on all the products on our YouTube channel as well, so and we can get access to everything, but we just have a bit of a core range, so happy to help.
Good on you.
All right, thanks for coming in. What up, fellas? Hey, Timmy. Timmy Lewis.
To let him know, we gave him a shout out earlier on in the
Yeah.
video, Tim, so you'll have to go back and watch that, mate.
Yeah, we did
Luke,
give you
Luke was making fun of your accent.
your accent, mate. You can make fun of my silly accent, hey. I don't know. Look, I don't know. American, Canadian, North or South American. To me, it's all very different, and I don't know how to determine different accents from there. Anyway, you're a champion, man. Lovely to see you and your lovely lady on some little funny videos passing each other.
We got your other message on Instagram. I don't know if Luke replied to that.
I didn't reply to the second one other than here. Yes. Anyway.
Thanks.
Thanks, man.
We've got a question there from Bobby Stew back to the toothpicks.
Yes.
He said, thanks, what do you mean toothpicks? Like put a toothpick in the steam wand?
Yeah, definitely. So you've got your tip. I can't take that off, but you've got a couple of tips on here. If you get it has to be a wooden toothpick, not a bamboo one, not a plastic one, and the round, like it's been sharpened like a pencil. And you literally just, because this has a bit of steam and water in it, which is great, you put it in as hard as you can and snap it off, and then just give it a little squirt, and that timber will actually expand, and it'll stay in there. It won't end up in your jug. Trust me, we've been doing it for years in cafes, and yeah, they very rarely end up in anyone's cups. If they do, I apologise. But I think I've had it once. Someone said, "Oh, there's a bit of a weird thing in my cup," but that will then change the pressure of that steamer. So that's definitely the way to go. Remove if it's like it was not a Breville. What do they call it? Sage. If you've got the really big fat ones, hang on. Let's go walk over here. Anyway, okay. So you've got a Bambino here. You've got your dual boiler, or you've got your new Oracle Jet. So if you've got any of these really big things, you can't really play with those too much. They're set and forget kind of things. But if you've got the thinner steam arm like this, or this one, yeah, you can. That one's got 4 little holes in it. Actually, they're not too bad, but that's got 3 little holes. So yeah, you can try and slow that down a little bit if you need to. Yeah.
Domenico said, looking forward to getting your views on the new Linear Mini R compared to the earlier version.
Yeah, for sure.
A video will be coming up in the next month or so.
Yeah, we went to shoot that one in the series. We did a comparison video between the Mini and the Micra, so that video's been out, which is great. That'll give you a lot of info on those two.
It's not released yet.
It's not released yet. It's coming out definitely next month. The actual Mini by itself we didn't shoot. We had a few technical issues with that one, didn't we?
Well, yeah, we're missing some stuff with the one we sent.
Yeah, we're missing some stuff when we shot that. So we're going to shoot that one probably the second week of September when we're down at Lamarzocco. So that'll come. But the Micra comparison video has a lot of it in there. Yeah, it's got some good stuff. There's no doubt about it.
Our friend Kelly from WA said, morning Luke, and she's also
Hey Kelly,
a small little donation there, little
yeah,
tip, mate.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate
Get
it.
you along, thank you. Jay said, how many times do you have to adjust the recipe between bean batches? Change of weather, thanks.
How do you change recipes? Yeah, so you've got to taste the coffee and work out what is lacking. So if you've got too much acidity, you could look to change water temperatures. That'll help get more out of the actual bean. If you've got a thin liquid, you would then maybe change the amount of water. So if you've got a really thin extraction, you would decrease the dose of water, the amount of water, maybe it will increase the dose. So they're the sort of strings that you pull. Temperature, and then the recipe between water to coffee.
So Tim Lewis said, if I drive 2 hours from home, they can't understand me.
Well, there you go.
I'd be curious, Tim, do you need captions on when you watch Luke?
Yeah, that's
Can
it.
you understand what Luke's saying?
It's funny. In Australia, we have the same. Like, Australia is massive. People don't realise how big it is. I travelled around Australia last year and did 33,000 kilometres, and I just drove around pretty much the outside of Australia. And we joke about Tasmania, which is the south, and then people in Queensland, it's different language. It's just, look, we're all different.
Yeah, well, I don't think our accent changes that much in Australia. A little bit, I
Not
guess.
the accent, just the speed you talk.
Yeah.
You get a bit slow, but lovely. So many lovely people, farmers that run our country are wonderful people. So,
Question, can we re-steam milk? What happens if we do?
yeah, sure. So 10% of old milk is only ever what you want to do. In a cafe as such, the best thing you can have is a jug washer. You can see here we've rinsed out of all of our jugs. But yeah, 10% of old milk is all you want because basically you're taking all the goodness, the sweetness, the proteins, everything out, because when you're stretching, that's what you're actually playing with. And you're leaving a bit more of a thinner liquid. So you can use a little bit of that in there, but if you use too much of it, you're only going to be like adding water essentially to your coffee. So you don't want to do that. So if it gets really hot, like if you start going over, about 65 degrees and getting the extra hot coffees, I wouldn't blend any of that milk back in. It definitely is going to have a bit of a burnt taste to it. But knowing how much to start with in your jug, knowing how much to froth for the particular cup is definitely the key there. Flat white on Macca. Gotcha covered. So just our dose and recipe, if you're not sure, 22.5 grams of coffee, leveling it, doing our NCD, automatic tamper, the PT2 is definitely, if you don't have an automatic tamper in your cafe, you are missing out. You are working too hard. Make sure you get your boss to get one. The Chinoants are just so reasonably priced. They're 1,000 Australian dollars, so half the price of some other products out there. Make your life a lot easier, and that'll help you with extractions as well. They're not quite at a price point that you can use them at home, but make sure you're getting a pressure tamper or some sort of level flat tamper is definitely the way to go. Oh, that's a really good shot. I'm going to just show that. That's for Rod. See, look at that. Heaps of crema, nice and dark. We'll try and do. Yeah, you want to pour out for everyone that one? I'm going to show them your patterns. All right, this is Rod, our general manager. That's a little bit much milk. There you go.
Got a question from Brock Lee, Luke.
Brock Lee.
He says, how do you temporarily bypass the cleaning cycle on a Bambino Plus? By pressing steam on button doesn't work anymore. I think he must mean why.
That would be a question for Byron. As much as I'm a coffee tech, the Breville stuff I haven't played with enough.
Is Byron here this morning?
He's out and about on a job, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Brock, if you send us an email to tech@mackinacoffeetech.com.au, he could answer that for you. There you go, mate. Cheers.
Tim Lewis just jumped back in. He said, what drink do you guys serve the most?
Lattes. Reckon lattes? Lattes. Yep. How'd you go? Oh, that's pretty. Ooh. Nice work. Love it. Well blended.
Alissa can pour.
Cool.
Yes.
Can
Maybe
pour.
that can be your Instagram. Alissa can pour. Alissa can pour. Yeah, why not? Have you got a socials account? Not for coffee? Okay.
The next customer coming in must be getting their coffee for free from Tim, maybe?
Yeah, we'll do free coffee for Timmy, yeah, when they come in, this lovely lady. G'day, how are you? Oh, I'm fantastic.
Just a low tide, a small low tide, that way.
Sure.
That way, yeah.
That's all right. Now, that one's going to be free today. Because a gentleman...
I'll have 20 then.
Sure. Gentlemen, we're on a live stream here with YouTube, and a guy in, where's he? He's in the States, Louisiana, I think, is shouting your free coffee. His name is Tim.
It's gone to a good home, that free coffee.
Brilliant. Made your day. Hey, there you go, Timmy. Woo, love your work. What was the question before that? I feel like I've lost train of thought now.
We've got new question from Jack50N, who's another regular on our lives. He said, interested in your thoughts on the decent when you get a chance to head down that rabbit hole. We don't have a lot of experience with the decent.
I've got a decent sitting there. Yeah, I just need to open it up. A lovely gentleman who has bought so much coffee gear from us. He's in his elderly ages, has brought in his decent for us to sell. If anyone thinks about having a collection of like anything in your life, like, you know, some people collect cars and they have all this, you know, classic stuff. Well, this gentleman's home setup was a decent espresso machine. He had an EK43 grinder, the big commercial one. He then had a niche as well, niche 0, and he had a Ferranzato all ground for home. Using about 250 grams of coffee a week for himself. But anyway, he's downside from all the tech, and he's into a Micra now and a Pico, and just keeping it nice and easy for him. So I've got a decent one, a decent machine there. It's weird, decent machine. There we go. Enjoy.
Thanks. See ya.
Cheers, thank you. So we've got a DE1 there that we've got to open up and play with, but we are just under the pump at the moment. So we'll get there. But look, pressure profiling, Scott Rayo, he's done a lot in the industry, which is great. Definitely pioneered that machine. It's really different flavouring, as far as I'm aware. You know, you're looking at 3 bar pressure, finer grinds, different profiling. It's next level. Yeah.
Did we get back to Tim Lewis's question about what drink we serve the most?
Yeah, we said latte.
Latte. Okay.
Yeah, latte. We
Alright,
serve
so,
latte.
yeah.
Yeah. So if you just joined us, hey, welcome. Thank you very much for hanging out with us today.
And Tim said, "Come on, West Virginia."
Come on, West Virginia. There you go.
How could we forget?
Some highway. There's some song. I can't remember what it is. What is it? Hey. How are you, mate? Are you what?
Yeah, line up, mate. Take
Autograph.
Take a
Yeah.
ticket.
You were on one of our YouTube videos. You did. You know, if you look at when Jimmy was in the bar, the customer that writes his own order. Hey. That video. By doing that, you actually messed him up like so much. It was quite funny because we're talking about how quickly you can get through orders, and he took ages. He took all their orders and didn't start making any coffee, and everyone started commenting about how slow it was. It was quite funny. Lactose free. Gotcha. Okay, lactose free. If you're in the coffee and you're working in cafes, just my own perspective is where the value comes into a person is how good you can work with others behind a coffee machine and how in sync you can be and pump out great coffee. So someone like Alissa here, we've been spending a bit more time together. It's fun. I know what she's doing, I know what she's up to, I know what I need to pick up, and she knows what to pick up from me. So that is where good teamwork works. You know, I don't think it's time in the industry. I think it's actually ability and how well you can work together. That's definitely where. So look at this. She's grabbing out soy. She even got the scissors ready. Oh, look.
Do you ship to New Jersey? We had a question. Looking to try the fixed coffee beans. We had a bit of info for Tim. Tim might have missed that information earlier on.
Yeah, a little bit earlier. Go back and have a look at the live. Not at the moment, but it is definitely getting closer. Tim, yes, there's a lot there about you and your free coffee that we're going to do. Go back and have a look at it. And there's a solution there. You have to go back and watch Tim if you weren't here at the start. But yeah, we've employed an in-house person to help with that. So we are committed and we want this to happen. All right, soy latte, lactose-free mocha, a flat white with 1.5 sugars, and a cappuccino, 2 sugars. Oh, they're both cappuccinos? Are they C's? I need you to write a little bit lower. It's very hard. Yeah, just come down a little bit lower. That was a soy latte. Hey, one thing just might pose an interesting question out there. We obviously do a lot of takeaway coffees here in Australia. We have an eco-friendly lid, this one here, biodegradable, compostable in the home, and same with our cups. What's everyone think about the price you pay for a coffee? Would you pay more for a cup that isn't full of plastic and can't really be recycled that well versus something that can be composted? Because there's a bit of a thing here at the moment. The price of coffee is you know, the costs are really going up in the world. And there's definitely a lot of talk around the cost of a cup at the moment. Yeah, is that happening around the world? I'll be interested to know if anyone's got any feedback there from the cafe side. Caps.
We had one person there say, "You guys are the best."
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're pretty good too.
Terence F88 said, "What marker do you use on the cups?"
Good question. Yeah, we use a pen on the side. We never write on the lid because if you get yourself a big Texter brand or one of those chemical ones, that's the chemical that goes on the lid and people smell it, and that wrecks your coffee straight up. So smell is such a big part of coffee. So a pen that doesn't have any smell is definitely the way to go, and right on the cup, not the lid, because the cup goes the whole way along, where a lid, we have to move it with it. So the lid's the last thing that goes on. Yeah. Don't use a paint pen or anything like that. People will say your coffee tastes like chemical, basically, because you're smelling it. Goes back to the old, did you ever do that in school where you had to smell an onion and eat an apple? And then it was like, you had, yeah, we got head nods there.
No, I missed that class.
You missed that class? You can try that. Yeah, smell an onion, eat an apple, and you think you're eating onion, basically.
Got a question. I think maybe I want to open a specialty coffee shop. Do you recommend purchasing an espresso machine like a Lamarzocco GS3 or Linear Micra, or a 2-group machine like a Linear Classic? Thank you. Cheers from Peru.
Okay, you've just pointed out 2 home machines, then a commercial machine. So I'd go a commercial machine. There you go, mate. Have a great day.
See you, mate.
Yeah, commercial machine straight away, because really the features that you're going to have on a GS3, which is pressure profiling, isn't going to be what you're going to be offering people like we are now. Like, you know, people that keep coming in, you don't have the time to sit there and play. People want to get going a little bit quicker in their space, in their day-to-day. The Micra is not for a commercial space at all. It's a much smaller capacity machine. It's good for about 5 coffees, and then the way it's built, which we talk about in the reviews coming up around the Micra and the minis and stuff, so I'll go into a bit more detail on those. Yeah, so I wouldn't put them into a commercial space. If you just say had like a hairdresser and you just wanted to make really nice coffee, you could get away with the GS3 because your time pressure's not there, because your client's happy to stay with you for some time and you could produce a really beautiful coffee. But if you've got to do volume and pump it out and you want to make money, because it's capacity per hour is what you've got to remember. If you're not making enough coffees in an hour, you're not paying for your time, let alone the rent, the other wages of the place, the electricity or whatever. So capacity is what's going to happen by using a 2-group classic. Go for a PB if you can get there, you'll be more happier. Hello.
Morning.
just live here. You're not on the view there, but
Who's the video editor?
well, this is live, so no editing today. But Ryan normally does our editing.
Oh, no.
Yeah. You gonna have a coffee sitting down and enjoying today?
Yes, thanks.
Yeah, Brent, what do you have?
Flat white mug, thanks.
Easy done. Any sugars in that one?
No, thanks.
No. Beautiful. On the top there when you're ready, make a flat white. Brilliant. Do you want a copy of that one?
Oh, no, thanks.
Easy peasy. One more and then you get a freebie.
Thank you.
Hey, you can have a free Friday if you're here tomorrow.
No, it'll be Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay, brilliant. Hello.
How are you?
Great.
Just a medium cap to start with, thanks.
Taking away?
Yes, please.
Can do.
And medium flat white, 2 sugars, extra hot.
I need your card back, so I only gave you one there. Great. Tap on there when you're ready.
Thank you.
There we go. Oh, don't worry. Whee.
We had a shout out from a barista in Iowa.
Hey. Oh,
We had Troy Thrash Music said, in Ohio, yes, cups are becoming a big question. Bioplastic is only bio as a compostable or at a compostable facility,
Yes.
which makes us think it's almost crazy to pay double for it. Paper, on the other hand, is fine.
yeah, that's the same with us. It's local councils got to get involved to make sure they have the facilities there. And essentially the home customer will pay more. You pay more by buying the cup and you're going to pay more to recycle and have to deal with it on the other end. Yeah, we did get an interesting thing around the green beans. Actually, I filled out a survey the other day about how they're trying to deal with the plastic wrap around their pallets and how they're also looking at the green bean bags, whether Grain Pro is something worth sticking with and whether we reuse bags.
A lot of plastic.
Lots of plastic, yeah. G'day.
Hey, can I just grab a bag of Champion, the big bag, please?
You sure can. Would you like that as whole beans or ground?
Whole beans.
Easy.
What size?
A kilo of Champion. Thank you very much. That is for you there. 53. Are you aware of our subscription?
I am, yeah.
Do you want any more info on it? You can save 10% and we can deliver it for free, if that helps you.
You put these ones up here, the 9th and 8th.
Look.
Look, it's okay. I don't need phones.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much. Cheers. All right, where are we at? Where are we at? Cabbage. Good job. Keep up the good work. What else we got, Ryan? What's going on?
So Rosalind said, I think the price of coffee where I live is a big reason I decided to get into espresso making.
Yes.
So people buying machines and making coffee at home.
Yep. Definitely a big one. Is how much can you spend on a home machine like a Pico or a Mika or something like that, or one of these other commercial machines. It depends on how you look at it, but the payback value and the money you can save. You can get your cup of coffee cost down to probably $1.50, something like that, by the time you buy your own beans and get your own milk. We sell lots of beans, there's no doubt about it. And I think if you're a cafe, a lot of people are hesitant about letting people buy beans at home because they want to get the money by the cup of coffee. And that's wrong. They don't understand how big the home market is, and people will come to your cafe to have a cup of coffee and buy a bag of beans. If they're out and about, they'll come and enjoy your coffee anyway with their friends. So I think that's a market that people need to wake up to a little bit.
We had Jack 50N say, do you find many people still ask for sugar in their coffee? Whenever I get asked if I want sugar, I respond with, I hope not.
No, not. Yeah, look, definitely that's a conversation around there for a while when we were in specialty and you're making beautiful roasting sweet coffee and doing really good milk and things like that. And I guess there was a bit of an arrogance there for a while. It was like, can I make you a coffee and not have the sugar and see if you can enjoy it or not? If you say it to somebody, they'll still say they want the sugar, but if you can serve it to them and not tell them you didn't put sugar in, and then they say, oh, that was great, and then you tell them there's no sugar, that's always a good one. But yes, a lot of people have sugar. But there's no doubt about it. Sugar's in everything, and people are accustomed to it.
We've got Ghazi Al-Safari said, what are your thoughts on a fully automatic for a specialty coffee shop? I want a linear PB, but my partner wants automatic.
Oh, like an Everseas is the one that is the big debate. There are places in Melbourne, which we should go and see, that do 100 kilos a week on Everseas machines.
Really?
Yeah. Which is automated machines. Some of the specialty coffee shops, there's people that have had all the gear like we have, and they've lost them to putting Everseas in because of staff and people, and it's a real thing. It's a trend.
Consistency.
Yeah, it's consistency and labour. Like people, it costs more. Like baristas. Yeah, wage costs, right?
Terence F88 said, when do you add the sugar?
Oh, in the cup, then put the espresso on top. So that the whole espresso is dissolved in with either the caramel, vanilla latte, whatever syrup it is, and sugar. And so that when you pour in your milk, the pattern will be totally sweet. If you put it in after, it'll just sink to the bottom and the top will still be a little bit tarty or bitter if people don't like that. So dissolve any sweet product into espresso first is the way to go.
Yep, you said same as me.
Yep. Good job, well done. Where are we going for time?
It's 9:20. We've been on for
Not that
a
time's
while,
a limiting factor,
now. I'm not
but
sure
anyway.
how long we've been
Yeah.
on. We've been on for a while. But
Are there any other questions
got
there?
any more questions?
People still ask for sugar. Oh, price of coffee. Yeah, the coffee price is a big debate. What we struggle with is we spend a lot of time in getting good beans, getting good team, using good equipment, and can we justify our price being higher than a cafe that goes and buys the cheapest beans, puts it through a terrible machine, and doesn't want to pay their staff well? You know, we still go, well, are we a $7 base cup and another place a $4, or are we $4.50 and $4? It's so close. I think that's a big argument to have.
Also, like, it's not the same, is it? The size of the basket. Like some
Oh.
cafes will be using 16 gram basket, and we're using 21 gram baskets.
Yeah, the recipe of coffee, and I think that's something that, you know, pubs, beer, specialty beer, we were talking about that actually with customers this morning. You know, they'll pay more for a big specialty beer, you know, $10 or $12 for a big specialty beer, but people won't do that with coffee yet. And we'll do it with wine. We'll pay by the glass or pay by the bottle, and, you know, it just hasn't come into the coffee industry enough yet to have transparency. So maybe we have a $2 offering coffee. I've been thinking about it a little bit because of the podcast we're going on. What's going to be my hot take with 2 sugars?
Oh, yeah.
I've been thinking about all these different things.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of them was like, if we really lost what coffee's about, you know, just sitting down, enjoying it, enjoying time with friends, and, you know, whether the Italian experience was good, you know, quick espresso for €1, get out the door, you've got your fix, that's fine. But if you want to sit down and enjoy it, maybe we've got to charge for milk and all this kind of stuff, because there's some black coffee that can cost more than a milk coffee, far more. And yet we have to tend to charge less for it because people think that the milk is the part that they're paying the most value for, not the actual espresso.
Yeah, the beans.
The
Yeah.
beans, like there's so much in the beans, the farmers, the importers, the, you know, roasting and the staff that prepare it. Nothing against the dairy industry, but yeah.
One thing that would be good to give a shout out or let people know about is the podcast we're going to be participating in soon.
It's
which
Just
is pretty,
Coffee.
Yeah, it's Just Coffee podcast.
Just Coffee
So,
podcast.
if you haven't hit that podcast yet, you want to jump on there and have a bit of a listen. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. So part of when we go down to Melbourne, we're going to be on the It's Just Coffee podcast. Kirk and Rowan and Liam and a few others. The crews that you see in some other social stuff as well. So they've got some awesome podcasts that have just started. They're about 25 episodes in. We'll be on that one. It's called It's Just Coffee. Go and check them out. They're an absolute hoot. They give a real good insight into the Australian coffee industry. Quite a few of them have competed before. And yeah, they've got obviously other social channels as well, Golden Brown.
They chat to a lot of interesting people within the coffee industry.
They do. They're definitely very well informed, and because they're in that high level in Melbourne, they can really connect with people. So yeah, we'll be on that one. It's Just Coffee. The guy that does the coffee up, ding, Rowan. If you're looking at socials,
Golden Brown.
That's Golden Brown. So this is them off on the side. Hey, bud, how you going? You sure can, mate. Wait, what's happened here? There we go. We are. Oh, no, she's frozen. There we go. Sorry. All right, card, mate? Easy, 7:30 then, mate. Hey. Didn't work. Excuse me. Artisti Coffee, this is Luke. Oh, great, Anne, yourself? I'm live. I'm live on YouTube at the moment, Anne. So you're technically live on. I am laughing. Just your usual today. Easy. We'll see you soon. Thanks, Anne. Bye. Anne's a small, skinny, flat white, isn't she?
Medium.
a medium.
I imagine everyone could probably hear that conversation going on
would.
there because your phone was pretty close to the mic.
Flat white, skinny. Well, there you go.
We had,
It was double rest, so just speed it up a smidge.
back to the automatic
Yes, back to the
versus
automatic.
the arm. So Ghazi said,
Yes, need another one on top. Double.
I feel that the Everseas will take away from the authenticity of specialty coffee. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I think you're right. It'll take away from the art side. Like everything you look at in history, there's artisans that do beautiful jobs, and then there's the production side of it. So whether we even look at artists who paint, you know, then you've got photocopiers or printers that just do artwork. It's destined to happen, but you have to pay for it. We have to keep that industry alive.
You'd probably lose some customization too within drinks, wouldn't you?
You would. Like
you
bakeries,
could-
all the supermarket chains just do bread now, but you've got artisan bread, so.
No, I mean
it's
when
all
a
that.
customer comes in and they want like a drink made a certain way, like it's hard to customise it. Is that right? Would I be wrong?
No, it's
You can still,
customizable.
yeah.
Yeah,
For
it's,
each drink,
yeah, it's all doing different sizes shots, different size milks and temperatures.
More foam, less foam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're pretty crazy things. The Everseas. So the parent company that owns Everseas owns Lamarzocco as well, and a few other grinder manufacturers. So there's definitely the big players are aware that that's going to be part of the industry moving forward. We can't say that it's not a big thought of where they're heading. I mean, look how many robots. Anyone had a robot coffee yet? We should do that when we go to Melbourne. There's a couple of robot coffees.
Is there?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Seeing what people kind of think of that. Anyone had a robot coffee? What do you think?
Jack 50N said, I think you pay for quality with anything, and Artisti are quality.
We'd like to be. We do our
That's what we
best.
aim for.
Yeah. And friendly. You gotta be friendly. That's the service. I think that's what people pay for. The fun, the interaction. These people are part of our life. We see them 5 days a week. Hey champ, there's your mocha. Mate, enjoy and have a great day. You know, Mick over here. You're flat white, skinny?
Flat white.
How many years, Mick, have you been getting coffee from me?
How long ago did you have your shop?
We're here 14 years. We were there for 4. And I reckon you were there at the start of it.
Yeah.
18 years?
Maybe because she's upstairs.
Yeah, Lynn was upstairs. There you go, 18 years. I haven't aged a bit, mate, neither of you.
I think you're fucking age.
Cheers, Mick. And that's what it's about, like 18 years. Yeah, wild. Oh, is that the skim flat white for Anne? Or is Anne come and gone?
I would have made her coffee. Did you hand it out?
If you've just joined us, if you have any questions for
I just
Luke,
gave the person the
jump
wrong
in
coffee.
and ask a question.
Skim flat white. 2 flatties. Oh, you make that a... Oh, yeah.
You would have handed out one of the flat ones.
Oh, I wouldn't have known. Oh, thanks, mate. Cheers. Have you ever done that as a barista? Give the wrong coffee to somebody? That's all right. That was skim versus full cream.
Wasn't a decaf first.
That's not going to upset them. We never make mistakes, all right? Oh, that's funny.
Might be time to wrap up. What do you think, Luke?
Yeah, I think we're time to wrap up. It's getting a bit wild now. Anyway, thanks very much, everyone. If you've just joined us, we appreciate it. Go back, have a look. Some really great conversations going on. Lots of questions answered. Check out all our other socials. Appreciate it. Give us a likes on all of those. Comment on our stuff. We really appreciate it. We are trying to grow more, and we've got a big month ahead in September. Spending a lot of time with Lamarzocco doing training, things like that. So come to those events. Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you, Alissa. Great work. Thank you, everyone. Bye.